is really saying welcome back after each individual one of these recordings, because they're essentially 2 minutes apart in a lot of cases. I might as well go over that now. With Zero's black armor, which is essentially his ultimate armor, you can actually still equip 4 parts, which is really good. Especially since you already technically have 3 parts equipped, so you don't have to worry about them. Downside. Not really. I have to check the ultimate armor to see how much you can equip on it, but it's not a big deal since I'm not even worried about this run. Anyway, Squid Adle. Yay. No, actually I still like this stage a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite stages. I'm going to complain about the Ride Chaser and when I secretly enjoy it, just because of its difficulty. And yeah. Now in reality, to make this go faster, I really should avoid getting spheres. But it's just so ingrained in my brain. At least when I can't help it. Because if you avoid the blue spheres, this doesn't take nearly as long to do. At least that's the same thing there, so I can go ahead and skip it. I didn't do this on my test run. Yeah, it's like one tiny sentence to X. Like, give my best to X, or make sure you relay this to X. It's not really a big deal. That was the weapon that we got from Duff. It's called the F. You can actually direct it somewhat up and down, so you can sort of slash in the diagonal, but there's not, I can't think of any real big uses for it, except for hitting enemies without being hit, which if you're doing that, you might as well just attack with the sword. The lock system is a little bit easier as Zero, mainly because since you're using the sword, you have a little bit more precision. I feel like the F Splash's dash is slightly shorter than a regular air dash. I'm gonna have to test that one day. Oops. No, stop me in the air. Let's just dash. It's the cursor from Lord. Now Zero, I don't believe gets a weapon that can break through the big black box with on it. Great. heart tank in this stage is actually inaccessible to 0. Squid Adler is more or less a little... Well, Squid Adler is actually a little bit more difficult as 0. If you're trying to use his weapon against him. Now, his weapon, like all of Zero's attacks... Well, all of Zero's super effective attacks, I'm borrowing from Pokemon. Super effective attacks versus their bosses are stronger. It's harder to get the infinite slash combo off on him. Because he's flying, of course. And even still, Squid Adler starts freaking out and becomes a maverick. Like everyone else, essentially. But, yeah, he's weak against the F-Splasher. You can use it. You'll probably take damage if you use it, unless you can flip your dash. Actually, this is a lot easier. I'll retract my earlier statement. If you can take the attack, tank the attack. You just dash through and use the invincibility of the air dash. Now, I said semi-invincibility mainly because you don't really have control over... You do have slight control over how long it lasts, but it's essentially only a second and a half versus X's Falcon Armor's, what, 15 seconds? Squid Adler is one of the bosses where if you have the choice, you may want to go with the weapons and energy. Because if I remember the part correctly, and I hope I do, it gives you the Z-Saber extender. Which is actually semi-useful in 0. It makes the hitbox for the sword a lot longer. But anyway, fairly simple stage. Next up is Glow. Now I have to hope the Enigma doesn't actually work. Enigma.